We mentioned Rachel Levine earlier, a man who lived his whole life as a man and then in his 50s declared that he was a woman, and now he's calling himself the first female admiral to ever work for HHS, all of which is a lie. He's still a man. He's just dressing as a woman now. And he gave an extraordinary interview to ABC just this past weekend, I think it was in this past week, and had the following assertions. He did not trans as a child. He married a woman. He had children. He earlier is on record as saying he's glad that he waited because he wouldn't have had his children if he had gone trans before he did. But now a bit of change in his messaging. He'd love for your kids or mine to stop puberty and cross sex with all these procedures. Listen to Rachel Levine's that one.
The treatment options for gender-affirming care for transgender youth really are evidence-based.
What would you say to folks who think that they're being reasonable by saying, why can't children just wait till they're 18?
Adolescence is hard and puberty is hard. What if you're going through the wrong puberty? What if you inside feel that you are female, but now you're going through a male puberty?
The argument is, well, they're too young to know.
I want to make it clear that for prepubertal children, there are no medical procedures done. The standard of care allows them to explore that with therapy.
When you speak out against these bills, what do you cite as the harm?
Well, gender-affirming care is medical care. Gender-affirming care is mental health care. Gender-affirming care is literally suicide prevention care.
We'll get to the suicide claim, but take on, Helen, that prepubertal children are not given any medical procedures or care. That's not true.
I really hate everything about that interview. I think every single sentence that Rachel Levine said is false. And the fact that he is asking for children or saying that children should be given something that he did not have himself, why is he doing that? You know, what about his own identity requires him to use children as child sacrifices like this? Yes. I mean, you know, I was brought up Catholic. I am no longer a believer, but I turn to the words of the Bible when I see things like that. And I say, better that you tie a millstone around your neck and cast yourself into the sea than that you harm children like this. It's disgusting, absolutely disgusting to be harming children in order to prop up and validate adult identities. And that's what I am seeing there. Right, rant over and I'll answer your actual question. So what they do is they use a bunch of half-truths and outright deceptions and assertions without any evidence, and they stitch it together to say, okay, first, nobody's doing irreversible things to prepubescent children. And what they're ignoring is what we know about childhood development, which is that if you tell a little boy who ardently wishes that he was really a girl, that yes, he can be a girl, and you're going to call him a girl's name, tell everybody that he's a girl, dress him in girls' clothes, you're going to get away with it because you can turn little boys into something that looks like little girls, because prepubescent children, you know, it's easy to present them as a member of the opposite sex. That kid gets what he wants. He gets to play with the toys that he wanted that you said to him weren't suitable for boys. Like, why the hell didn't you just say, it's fine, you can play with Barbie. You're a boy, but you can play with Barbie. Anyway, then puberty approaches. What's that child going to do? Going to go like, all right, fine, I'm going to grow hair on my chest and my voice is going to break and I'm going to shoot up and, you know, I'm just going to look like a boy. No, you've been pretending for the past 5 years that he's really a girl. You've put him on a path that's very, very hard to get off, even if technically you haven't done something irreversible. Then the next lie they say is that puberty blockers are reversible, that they're just a pause button, that they just give you time to think. What they actually do, we know this now, is they lock in the social transition. Children who go on puberty blockers, almost all, like 98%, go on to cross-sex hormones. So they are absolutely not a pause button, and they're probably bad for you in themselves. I mean, you've got children, I've got children. Puberty is a really special time. So much changes in a child in puberty. It's actually, you know, it's almost awe-inspiring. I only have boys, and watching them go through that, what looks like that fast-forward video of the tree shooting up, you know, it's amazing. I look at it and I think, wow, you know, human biology is incredible. Look what's happened. A child is turning into a man. And these wicked, wicked people want to interfere with that process. It harms your brain, it harms all sorts of things. We probably don't know all the ways that it harms you, but it puts you on a path to cross-sex hormones. And the last thing that I'm going to say about this is that If you stop a child's puberty right at the beginning of it, that's stopping the child before the child goes through any pubertal development. So the little boy's penis is tiny. He's not getting erections. He's not getting wet dreams. The girl hasn't become fully orgasmic if it's a girl. And you put them on this puberty blocker and then they go straight on to cross-sex hormones. You're not just creating somebody who might look like a member of the opposite sex when they've got no clothes on. You're creating somebody who is kind of asexual, somebody who is not going to have normal orgasms, someone who is not just infertile, but sterile. You're creating a human being who can never be a normal adult. And when that little boy, his penis will never become a full-size penis if you go down this path. I mean, it is a human rights abuse of the sort that we look back on lobotomies and we say, how did that ever happen? Yes. We're doing like sex lobotomies, and we're doing them on children, and we're doing them probably to tens of thousands of children invisibly in clinics all over America and all over the English-speaking world. And it is the medical scandal of the 21st century and the human rights abuse of the developed world of the 21st century.
Yes, this is why, I mean, honestly, I'm becoming a single issue voter. I will never vote for somebody who supports this. This is a black and white issue. There is no support of this, or you're out. Summer used to mean I was kicking off the sheets every night to try to stay cool. But that all changed when I discovered Cozy Earth bedding. Now I'm sleeping comfortably even on those hot, hot nights. And you can too. Simply swap out your current sheets for soft, breathable, temperature-regulating sheets from Cozy Earth, the brand with thousands of 5-star reviews, including my own. If you don't agree that you are sleeping cooler and more comfortably this summer, they will refund your purchase price plus shipping, no questions asked. And you get 100 nights to try them and then return them if you don't like them. How can Cozy Earth make such a guarantee? Because their bedding is made from viscose from bamboo, so it traps less heat, and they know it, enabling people to sleep cooler and more comfortably year-round. For a limited time, you can save up to 40% on your Cozy Earth order. Go to CozyEarth.com, enter my promo code MEGYN, MEGYN, at checkout to save up to 40% right now. Try them for 100 nights. If you don't sleep cooler, send them on back in for a full refund. That's CozyEarth.com, promo code MEGYN. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.